Hi everyone, Dallas Piana here at Coaching Scaling Secrets for our Wednesday Facebook Live. I'm in my new space and we'll try it out. We'll see how the lighting goes and see if I can make some improvements along the way. So here we are. And today is, if you're just hopping on, say hi below so I can see who's here. If you're watching the replay, just say replay below in the comments so I see who's here. And then if you had said that you can't make it, but you wanted to make it, then maybe when the invite went out, I will tag you. So say hi if you're watching from a tag. Okay, great. So today I wanted to talk about urgency, using urgency and scarcity to get people to buy ethically, right? Authentically. So basically, in part of when you're setting up your program, your irresistible offer, which is your program plus all the extras, right? And you want to include a piece about scarcity and urgency. And why is that? Because most people have a hard time making a decision, okay? Most of us procrastinate and we miss the opportunity to actually get the result we want, right? It passes us by. So we want to give people a compelling reason to buy now. So those people that are sitting on the fence having a hard time making a decision, or they're should I or shouldn't I, using these two tactics is a way to have people jump in. Okay, so we're going to talk about urgency, which is time related, and scarcity, which is unit related. Okay, so let's talk about urgency first. Urgency and how to use it effectively, ethically in your program. So many programs have a start and stop time. They're not evergreen. They're not open for enrollment all the time. Okay, and this creates urgency, meaning you want to get in at this time of enrollment. It's only open till Tuesday, or it's only going to be open till the end of the week. So you've got to, what you're doing is planting a seed in your potential client or student to say, you've got to make a decision now, okay? You can no longer linger. You want to make a decision now. Okay, so using deadlines is great. You could do countdowns. You can, get those little apps and put countdowns on your sales pages if you want to do that. That's another way to do it. But deadlines are great. Open and shut. Open cart, close cart. Okay? It gets people to make a decision and jump in. Okay. So another thing is seasonal, right? I'm only offering this program, this service, this product during the Black Friday sale. Okay, you have until Cyber Monday to actually buy this product, then it's going away. So seasonal program offers or product offers, that's another way to do it. So around Black Friday, around New Year's, around Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, seasonal offers only available during a particular time, and then they're going away. That gets people to jump in if they want that product or service or program, okay? Bonuses that are time related is another way to get people to jump in. So if you offer some bonuses, you can put the bonuses up saying they will go away at midnight tonight. So this time related. To get these 3 bonuses, you need to enroll into my program or service by midnight tonight, or by tomorrow at midnight, or tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific, whatever. So that is another way to say to people, jump in now if you want to get these bonuses, right? You can do it. We'll talk about doing bonuses the other way, which is providing all of the bonuses when you first announce or promote your program, and then as you promote over a series of days, you start taking away bonuses as people enroll. Okay, so that's more scarcity. So we'll talk about that in a minute. You could talk about that the opportunity just disappears, right? It will go into the graveyard. You're never going to offer something like this again. Time related. It is going away. Or the price will never be the same again. This price point is going to never be available to you again. That is another way to get people to act, okay? They don't want it to go up another $100, another $1,000, another $5,000. It gets people to act. And so that's what also you can use to get people off the fence that are thinking, should they buy, and get people to act. Okay, so that is urgencies. Those are some tactics you can use. And I'm sure you've seen them. This is not the first time you've seen this. They are with every program, service, product generally is out there. Okay, not so much product, but programs, coaching programs, courses. You will see urgency spelled out. Now that I'm telling you about it, you will start to notice it more and more. Okay. The other way to get people to act, giving them a compelling reason to buy right now, is through using scarcity tactic, okay? Which is how many slots are available, okay? That there's only a limited number of spots, okay? So in many coaching programs, you cannot take hundreds of people. You only have the bandwidth, or you only have a team to handle so many people at one time. So there's limited spots. So as you, through your promotional period, let's say it's 7 days, and people are enrolling into your program, you can say there's 7 spots left, there are 5 spots left, there are 3 spots left, there's 1 spot left, they're gone. Okay, that will get people to enroll who are sitting on the fence, who really want it and are just taking too much time trying to make a decision. So what you do with that is you're telling them, and it's true, right? It's got to be truthful. You have to have integrity around these 2 tactics. So that is one way. Another way was with the bonuses. So many bonuses. The first people that join the program will get access to this bonus, okay? It's a scarcity thing. It's going away after it's offered to the first 3 people, or the first 5 people, the first 10 people, whatever it is in your program, okay? Like I said, you can stack the bonuses up front and then start taking them away as you move through the promotional period, so that the scarcity, the limit, goes down as the clock is ticking, okay? And that will get people that procrastinate to jump in because they want a particular bonus that they've been waiting for, okay? Or a one-of-a-kind. Something is one-of-a-kind that you're only offering it once. That is a scarcity tactic, okay? And so I'm going to talk about where do we see this all over right now on the internet, right? Like Home Shopping Network, QVC, they have a timer, right? They have a timer, how much time is left to buy a particular product. So that is going on. Or they have a statement, there's only a dozen left. So you see that. Or they will say, the black has sold out. We only have the blue and the white left. So you see how they are using scarcity and urgency in home shopping networks, okay? That's like the psychology around how people, all marketing is how do people react to an offer, okay? What gets them to buy? What gets them to shift? To get off the fence and buy now, okay? So these are ways to get people to act. Okay, another place where you see this quite a bit is on hotels, right? Hotels and airplanes, when you use Expedia, they will say there's only 1 seat available left, or there's 5 seats available. So that will get you to buy now because the inventory or the slots are going down, okay? And you could go away for an hour. I've seen this, gone away for an hour or 2 and come back and there's like 1 spot left, right? And it's in the middle. And I don't want to sit in the middle. I want to sit in the aisle. So, those are ways to get you off your tushy and get you to pull out your credit card and buy. Okay? So is this making sense? Is this making sense? Those of you who are on. Hi, Kimberly. Nice to see you. All right. So QVC, Home Shopping Network, you see it all the time. And, marketers study these enterprises, right? Because they know marketing like crazy. They know how to get people to buy. Another place that we see every day when we go to a grocery store, there's a limited number of inventory. Well, we just saw that with toilet paper, right? Toilet paper was going out of stock. People were flocking to the grocery stores to get a roll of toilet paper or a 6-pack or a 12-pack because the inventory was shrinking, and nobody wants to be left out without having what is everyone wants, okay? So it's just our psychology, even though we might have a closet full of it, right? It's the psychology of the brain. We don't want to miss out on a deal. Don't want to miss out. As the inventory shrinks, as the spots go away, it has us make a decision quicker, faster. Do I want this? And then go into action to actually buy something. Okay. So the fear of not having is great for people. The fear of missing out, the FOMO, you've seen that probably. And also Amazon shows how much is left, how much of inventory is left. 1 left, 5 left, okay? That's a scarcity tactic, all right? Gets you to make a decision. Now, if it's not for you, having 5 left or 1 left is not going to make a big decision, big difference, because you really weren't interested in it. You were kind of interested in it. When you really investigated it more and more, you saw that you weren't interested in it. So this tactic doesn't work, okay? This is really for the people that are procrastinating. They're on the fence. They really are having a hard time making a decision. People don't want to make a wrong decision. That's really what it's about. They don't want to buy something and regret it. That's why I want to talk about guarantees, okay? I love guarantees. Everything I have out there for sale that's over $100 has a guarantee with it, okay? Money back guarantee, 7-day money back guarantee, 30 days money back guarantee, 60-day money back guarantee. The reason is I want to decrease the risk of somebody saying yes to working with me and getting into one of my programs or services, okay? So I decrease the risk. And it's interesting, when I work with coaches, a lot of people are hesitant, or even when I put it out there to, very prominent coaches, they're very hesitant to offering a guarantee. They put up their wall. And I don't. I want to, I stand by the promise of my program. The promise of my program is that you're going to have a marketing platform. You're going to know how to market and sell using Facebook and email online, and you're going to create your first program and get that up and running and make sales so that you can do it over and over and over again. Okay, that's my guarantee, that's my promise of my program, and I stand by that if you do the work. So of course, if you get into my program and within 30 days you're looking at the material and the modules and the coaching calls and you're like, this is not for me, I will gladly give you your money back. Okay? And you should too. Gladly. You don't want someone in your program who is not happy with being in the program, that they spent money on a program that's not for them. Okay, it's going to ruin your reputation, and it will filter out. That person will tell their friends. They will share, their unhappiness with your program, and it'll get out there in the universe. And you don't really want that. You want people to be happy. You want people to walk away and say, it wasn't the right program for me, but she gave me my money back. Okay, or he gave me my money back. And I have used that myself. I have been in email marketing course recently, about 2 years ago, and I got in there and it was it was not at the level of where I thought where I was at. Okay, it was too beginner. So they gladly gave me back my $500. Okay. And I will promote that program to other people that are at that level, knowing that they have a guarantee as well. Okay. So to go along with, it doesn't really fit into the scarcity and urgency, but I believe that, after you have somebody jump into a program and they get in there and decide this is not for them, having a guarantee is a risk reversal, okay? Which I like. I like to provide that. And it takes, it creates less anxiety for the buyer, okay? It takes away it makes it easier for someone to buy, knowing that if it's not for them, there is a guarantee. Okay. So I hope this is making sense to you all. All right. You definitely want to use some of this when you're setting up your program. You do not, I do not recommend having an open, and when you're just starting out, an open enrollment that anytime someone can enroll, because people will procrastinate. They will not jump in now. They will wait 3 months, or they will wait 12 months. Open and close deadlines are the best. Okay. Enroll now. The price will go up if you don't enroll now. Okay. So that's definitely what you want to have happen. Okay, you guys. That's what I have for you today. I'll be back next week with something juicy, and have a great weekend.